she wants me to come talk to somebody.
What's going on that your girlfriend wanted you to talk to somebody?
I've been feeling kind of down lately. Uh, my grandfather died recently. I haven't been sleeping very well. I been feeling bad for a little while, but
So tell me how long ago it was that your grandfather died.
about a month ago.
hmm And you say you've been feeling bad for a while. How long has that been?
I would say a few months or so,
hmm
about 3 or 4.
Okay. So you were feeling badly beforehand, and then your grandfather died.
Yeah,
Do you think you started feeling worse after his death, or the same?
yeah, probably worse, but it was definitely noticeable before then. My
hmm
girlfriend pointed it out to me a few times. Obviously, that's why I'm here. But maybe she just wants a full night's rest. I don't know.
Oh, what's going on with your sleep?
I don't sleep as much as I used to. I maybe sleep about 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day.
hmm
Um, just have a hard time getting to sleep. But once I'm asleep, I try to sleep as long as I can, as much as I can. I'd much rather sleep, but I don't get to sleep till 2 in the morning or so. Till then, I'm just kind of doing whatever, staring at walls, just thinking. Can't seem to stop thinking.
hmm What kinds of things do you think about while you're lying awake?
I think about all sorts of things. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about life and death. What's going to happen to us when we die?
hmm
What are people going to think about us when we die? If they're going to even care, or if they're going to care too much, if it's just going to hurt everybody or not hurt everybody. I don't know.
Sounds like you've had a lot of trouble sleeping lately. How long has that gone on for, Michael?
A few months now.
hmm What's a few months to you? Is it 2? Is it 5?
Or no, about 3 months, I would say.
hmm And how are your eating habits? How's your appetite and your interest in?
I don't eat as much as I used to.
Mhm.
I only eat about once or so a day, but it's doesn't really taste good anymore.
Mhm.
Like, never.
Have you lost weight?
Yeah, my girlfriend says I've lost about 10 pounds or so.
Mhm. And have you gone to see your doctor?
I went to the doctor about 3 weeks ago, um, and he couldn't find anything wrong with me. But
Did they do lab work and
yeah, they drew
everything?
blood.
Okay.
They tested everything to make sure that I wasn't having any other problems or you know.
So that's good, helpful information because then we know that how you're feeling isn't based on something that's going on in your body, like your thyroid or your blood pressure or having anemia. So we can rule those things out. That's
Yeah.
really good information. Um,
Sorry, I should have told you that earlier.
yeah.
Sorry.
Um, don't worry. That's why we're here to work things out, and you don't have to apologize. I'm here to help gather some information and see what we can do to help make things better.
Okay.
So tell me about the things you used to do for pleasure.
I used to go for walks with my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
We go out together and take a look at nature. And, it doesn't seem fun anymore. We don't do it very often anymore. We used to.
At this point in the assessment, the individual has reported at least 5 of the criteria for a major depressive episode: low mood and lack of enjoyment lasting at least 2 weeks, significant disruption in sleep, significant disruption in appetite and weight, and recurrent thoughts of death. This is the lower threshold for a major depressive episode. He responds readily without hesitation to Pauline's questions, but note that his affect is quite flat or blunted, which is often consistent with this diagnosis. It is also noteworthy that his motivation for attending this evaluation comes from his girlfriend. He seems to have little motivation himself. The interviewer will continue to collect additional information to confirm this diagnosis, possible comorbidities, or to rule out other conditions.
And how is she responding to you over all of this?
I feel like she's trying to be supportive. I don't know what I can do for her to help her with that. I don't have an explanation for why I've been feeling down lately, but maybe I'm just bringing her down. Maybe she'd be better off if she wasn't wasting her time with me, or if she was doing better things than hanging out with me, or doing anything without me.
How do you feel about her? You said you've been in a relationship for quite a while now. How long?
Just over a year,
Mm-hmm.
almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Do you love her, or are you attached to her?
Yeah, I love her. I love her.
Mm-hmm. But I hear you talking about this sense of despair about things between you.
I don't want her to waste her time on me. She could be doing better things. I don't want anyone to really waste their time. I don't want to, hurt anybody or anything like that. I think sometimes at night if it'd be better off if I just left somewhere or just nobody had to deal with me anymore.
What does that look like to you when you think about leaving?
What if I died? I mean, if I died, would that really be a bad thing? Does anything really change? If I were to drive home and get into a car accident, would anything really matter?
So you've had thoughts about dying?
Yeah.
Have you had thoughts about hurting yourself?
Not in a serious way.
So tell me in what way then? Tell me about that. What those thoughts have been like for you.
Just if I'm driving and I just want to drive faster and faster, and if I were to get into a car accident, that would be, okay.
Do you find that you're driving differently than you used to, or unsafely because of those thoughts?
I don't wear my seatbelt anymore, which is stupid. I probably should wear my seatbelt. I'm dumb for not doing that. But.
Yeah. But you recognize that you used to and you're not doing that.
Yeah, I don't know why. Just doesn't feel comfortable anymore.
Have you thought of hurting yourself in a different way outside of maybe being in a car accident?
I mean, they're not real thoughts. I wouldn't really want to.
Hmm.
But if I cut myself, or if I hung myself or shot myself or something like that.
So you had those thoughts. Have you done more than think about it? Have you made more of a plan?
I've thought it through, but not in a serious way. Just what would happen? What would people think?
The client has significant suicidal ideation, which may be present in severe presentations of a major depressive disorder, but based upon his report, he does not have a specific plan or intent. So he does not appear to be an imminent risk, but this is clearly something to continue to monitor closely. In situations such as this, it may be recommended to schedule a follow-up visit in a shorter time frame than the typical week between sessions. Clients may be hesitant to divulge the details of thoughts about intended self-harm during an initial session for fear the clinician would take more direct actions. Given Michael's reported level of suicidal ideation, I would record his statements verbatim in the assessment paperwork and attempt to schedule an initial counseling session within a few days, where I would check back with him regarding any changes in these thoughts.
What would my mom think?
So what do you think your mom would think if something bad happened to you and you passed away?
She'd probably have more time for my brothers and sisters. That's just because they need it more. But, she'd probably be upset for a little while, but she'd get over it just like everybody else would.
Do your parents know how badly you've been feeling?
No, my mom might. She was always around us a lot more, but my dad doesn't. He doesn't really know about anything that happens with us. He was always too busy, but I mean, that's whatever if his dad isn't busy, right?
It sounds to me like your girlfriend cares enough about you that she asked you to seek out some help.
Yeah, she would probably be here the most.
Mm-hmm.
She really loves me for some reason, but I don't want to hurt her. She's been really nice, but at the same time, I just can't. I feel like I'm just going through the motions sometimes with her. I don't even like to have sex with her. I don't spend spending too much time with her. I end up going out and doing other things.
Are you spending time with anybody these days?
Not really. Sometimes I just drive around by myself. Just be by myself in general. I don't really like being around people as much.
But it sounds like there was a time when you did.
Yeah, I mean, I still have my friends. I have my friends I see sometimes when they're not busy. They have more important things to do, but not as much anymore. When I lost most of my friends after I decided to get my doctorate, they you don't have too much time, and they're doing their own thing. They have their own lives. Everyone's getting near 30, so everyone needs to start having babies and getting married and everything.
Do you see those things happening for you in your life?
No. I mean, maybe. Not right now. Not right now. I don't know. I don't know if that would even make me happy. I don't know what makes me happy, though. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah. So you're really trying to figure that out.
I want to be happier. I want to be the person I used to be. it seems like.
Tell me about that person who used to be happy or used to have times where you felt joy.
Okay. My girlfriend and I took a trip last year to San Francisco.
Hmm.
It was a lot of fun.
What was good about it?
Felt like almost like an escape a little bit. It was just a happy time. I felt less stress. I felt less, or maybe I felt more. I felt more love. I do the same things. We do the same things we did then, and I just don't feel it as much as I used to. We have our little fun things we do together, our little rituals. But
How did you used to feel about work?
I like school. I like school. Once I got into the doctoral program, though, things got a little different. But it was fine. It's just a lot more work. It's just a lot. You have to deal with a lot of the other GAs, the other graduate assistants, and that can be annoying, very frustrating. And what if I've spent most of my adult life working to get this doctorate, and it doesn't mean anything. What does it really mean, anyways?
How is your work going? How is your schoolwork, your teaching?
It's been slacking. I haven't been doing as much as I used to. My professors have even noticed. But
Have people reached out to you?
yeah, my mom said that I should keep a smiling face, but she's having a hard time because her dad just died. My grandpa died just a month ago, like I said.
Right.
So she's taking it really hard. So I've been having to help her, support her with that. Of course, my girlfriend's been very, very helpful. And for people at work, I guess a lot more people than I would have expected to.
What does that feel like, that people have been concerned for you?
Bad,
Bad in what way?
because I'm not really worth that much of their time. I mean, they're good friends and I appreciate it, but I don't know if they really care. Like, who would even care, really?
It sounds like you're having a really hard time connecting with anybody at this point in your life, that there was a time when you did, but even with people noticing that you're struggling and attempting to reach out to you, you can't seem to feel that and connect with that.
I keep getting invited to go out with some old friends, even people from work try to get me to go do things, and I'd much rather just stay at home.
Well, when we feel this badly, Michael, it takes so much energy to do the basic things in life. And that's what I hear you saying, that even the simplest things you used to do require a lot of emotional and physical energy that you don't have.
Yeah, it's been really hard. I can't seem to stay motivated. I don't want to do the things I used to do. When I try to write my papers, or if I try to watch a show or talk with somebody I used to really talk to, it just takes so much more than I used to. It's like I really have to push myself. I really have to make an effort try and do these things. Things just so taxing, so tiring, and I just...
In describing his loss of energy and work productivity, he has now met all 9 of the initial diagnostic criteria for a major depressive episode, and is further describing the significant impairment in his social and occupational functioning. Medical causes are possibly ruled out by his recent physical exam, but communication with his physician may be warranted if his condition does not improve with treatment. Note that the interviewer has not inquired about substance use, which is a significant omission and should be asked about in future meetings.
I can't seem to get enough sleep at the same time, so it's both. And when I do finally get to sleep, sometimes I wish I just wouldn't wake up. But
Yeah, I really hear that you have been feeling pretty bad for a while now. And it's taking a toll on your health and on your relationships. And I wonder if you want to keep working on this and see if we can find ways for you to feel better.
I'd like to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to feel something again, something for some, something going on in my life for someone. I just don't, I feel like, what's the point of a lot of it? My grandpa dead with, I spent most of my life working towards this one career path. Seeing what that's happened to my father, seeing my mom, my sisters, my brothers. I don't know.
So I wonder if maybe some of these thoughts and feelings had been brewing inside of you for a while, and then the death of your grandfather kind of pushed you to a different place.
I don't know. See, here, I was just happy just a year ago. I was doing really well. It just seemed like, after the past 6 months, 3 months or so, something like that. Past while, it's just gotten worse.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, my grandpa died didn't help it. I was really, really close to him. I definitely would talk to him almost as much as my father, if not more.
Those are really hard people to lose in our life.
Yeah. It's very, very difficult.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would be happy to work with you and help you figure out what you could do to feel better.
Sorry. Yeah, I'd like that. I think that would help.
Mm-hmm.
That'd probably help a lot.
It's always hard to get started. I appreciate that you made the effort and came in. And that shows that you're really interested. A part of you is interested in making things different. And I'd like to help you do that. So let's try and find a time next week that you can come back in, and we'll keep going.